You're not shopping this.
No, not today. I was, however, looking at longboards earlier because I really want a longboard. And I've never skated in my entire life, so this would be fun.
What?
Yeah. I've never skated.
Not what to... Not skating. More like what, like you're just wanting a longboard randomly?
Yeah.
What's the inspiration?
I want a new hobby. Yeah.
Hey, Hunter. What you doing?
Can you talk, please?
What you doing over there?
Oh, he's doing the opening.
I know. That's why we were talking.
Welcome to this episode of Young, Dumb, and Confused. I'm Hunter Van Houten, once again, your humble host. Got another busy show planned out for you. And again, all you sports fans out there, we're going to be doing something a little different this week with Athletes Corner, so make sure to check that out at the end of the episode. But without further ado, let me introduce my two chic hosts.
Not true. Not chic at all.
Sean Berger and Kenna Borf.
Not true. That's not my name.
Can you define the word chic to me?
Cool.
Cool. Chic is a character in Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah, that's what I was
That's
thinking
not how you
of.
spell this type of chic, though.
SHEEK.
CHIQU.
So cheek?
Oh.
Chic? Like chic?
Oh.
Not the character from Super Smash Bros, but, chic.
Well, his character from Super Smash Bros is SHIEK, I believe.
EIK.
EIK?
It's something like that.
Yeah.
I before E, except after C. And
or,
other
or
words.
beginning with A, like
Other
neighbor
words.
and way. You'll always be wrong no matter what you say.
That's normally how it goes. So, how's
That
everyone
picked you
doing
up
today?
real quick.
Huh?
I said that picked you up whenever you yelled. It was like, ah! And then,
Well, that's
like,
good. I needed a point anyway. Okay.
Okay.
So anyway, what did you say?
How you doing, Sean?
How am I doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? Joey Triviani? Friends? Whoever watched Friends?
Yes, Sean. Everyone watched Friends.
That's not true.
If they didn't, then they suck. That's a shout out to all you people out there that suck.
Okay.
Stop sucking.
Now, I have an interesting
Ooh.
question here for you, and I think I know your answer. Friends or The Office?
The Office sucked once Michael left. Everything kind of went
Oh,
down.
100%.
Still a good show, but Friends was a more consistent show where it was good the whole time. And it ended, and at the end of it, you're kind of just like, I guess the ending of both of them, you're kind of just like sad to see them go because, I mean, the ending of The Office was great with the wedding and everything, and, everyone came back and all that stuff. But I probably have to say Office just because I really like Dwight and Jim. I could watch Jim prank Dwight every fucking day. I don't even
Jim.
care. Asian Jim, best prank ever.
Yeah.
Definitely the best.
It's
prank.
amazing.
Although I will say the Jell-O stapler, peak comedy.
Friends or The Office?
See, I don't know. I like The Office because it has like the different like types of like dark humor in it, but like I don't know, Friends is kind of like yeah, Friends.
Friends?
Yeah, just because fucking Lisa Kudrow or
Talking about Phoebe?
Phoebe. Why did I call her Penny? This isn't The Big Bang Theory. Phoebe.
A great show, too.
Yeah, that is a
Depending
good
on who
show.
you ask.
Phoebe just made that show for me. Phoebe and Joey were just so fucking funny to me, and
So you like the stupid?
I do a lot. I think that's why I like Kevin from The Office.
Oh, Kevin in the chili.
Yeah, that's my favorite fucking episode.
He did.
So many bad things for him.
Didn't the actor do like a cosplay, or not a cosplay, costume a couple years ago of Kevin from The Office dropping his chili?
I believe so. Yeah.
I thought I saw something on Twitter about that.
Did you know that Kevin Baumgartner, or however the hell you say his name, he's really good at shooting threes. Very good basketball player. Doesn't look like it, but that man can stand behind the three-point line and just swish.
Who's the guy that plays Andy in The Office?
Talking about
It's Ed something, isn't
Ed
it?
Helms. Yeah.
You know he's a singer, in a songwriter.
Did you not hear him do a cappella every episode in the
I mean,
Office?
I did, but like I thought he was just like it was for shits and giggles. But like he wrote like most like the soundtrack for the Lorax. Let me just tell you, it's fucking A1.
He also wrote that song for The Hangover.
Really? I did not know
where
that.
he did like the piano song and everything. Talking about the tiger, Mike
What
Tyson's
do
tiger.
tigers
Yeah, exactly.
dream of? I
Ed
did not know
Helms
that he
totally
wrote
wrote that. Yeah, no, he's very talented. Very talented. It just thinks that you really don't see him in much anymore. But I mean, he's probably made enough money to never have to do anything ever
Oh,
again.
100%.
Listen, I found out yesterday that John Cena wrote music.
I didn't know that either.
I
Yeah.
didn't, what?
Thank goodness
Yeah,
for trivia.
that was at
you were paying
trivia
attention to
yesterday.
trivia yesterday. Of
Oh,
course you
I
did.
was
I
in
was
my own
like,
little
John
world.
Cena did what now?
Yeah. I didn't know that he had done the most Make-A-Wish
That doesn't
things.
surprise me.
It really doesn't.
No.
But you think it? I saw the second one was Justin Bieber, which
The second?
yeah, the second highest person to ever do Make-A-Wishes. I think John Cena had like 200 and some, and Justin Bieber's in like 180 something.
Who the hell would want to meet Justin Bieber?
That was what I was about
Most
to
girls.
say.
I
Most
didn't.
young girls.
Oh, you know who I would have wanted to meet when I was a kid?
One Direction,
No, oh, God, no.
Monsta X,
No. They weren't even around when I was a kid.
BTS,
They weren't. No, definitely not.
Big Time Rush.
Big Bang, Big Time Rush, or
I can't believe I called it.
yeah, or the Jonas Brothers. Those were my shit growing up.
Wow.
Are the
Just so
Jonas
you-
Brothers making a comeback?
They already did. I was supposed to go to their
Yeah.
concert like last year, but my mom and I just didn't go because we were like, "You're not 12 anymore," and I was like, "Yeah,"
Yeah.
What does that have to do with anything?
because I'm kind of emo now. Like their music really isn't my style.
You're emo?
I mean, like a lot of my music taste is. It's a lot of sad boy emo shit, K-pop.
She listens to a lot
Pause.
of Brockhampton and
I fucking
Suicide
love Brockhampton
Boys
and Suicide Boys.
yeah.
But
Sad
you
boy.
have to understand something. Music, while personal, does not define you.
Oh no, 100% it defines you. If you listen to country, you're trash automatically. I don't care who you are.
Because
You
I'm
and your
trash.
yeehaw.
Oh, sorry, Sean. I guess
listen
you're
to
trash.
everything.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah. I
What
can
a
listen to
well-rounded
classical.
man.
I can listen to rap. I don't prefer rap. I'm not a big rap fan.
Just listen to K-pop.
I have listened to K-pop.
Don't say BTS.
Don't know who.
Okay, thank God.
Run Devil Run is the first song that pops in my head.
Okay.
That's probably the only song that I know the actual name.
Oh, I need to give you more suggestions. For
I've
K-pop.
listened to them because, like I said, like if someone else is in the car and they're like, I'm like, yeah, go ahead and play whatever the heck you want. And if they play K-pop, then I'll listen to it because I can find music. I can find like good music in any genre.
Yeah, I guess I'm kind of the same way. But I'll never actively seek out country. But I did work in a factory that all they played was country. So I heard about, buying a tractor and buying a boat
Killing your husband
and
Yeah.
then buying more boats
and then crying over your dead dog.
and then
Country.
boots.
Yeah.
The boot scootin' boogie.
I
The
just like,
boot scootin' boogie.
I just like I don't know. For me personally, like I don't like country because like half the time it's depressing. I don't want to hear about your alcohol addiction or
Well, okay.
your husband cheating on you or
Yeah,
your
so
dog
You
So-
dying.
act
so
like
here's the
Suicide
thing with
Boys and
country.
Brockhampton don't do that same thing.
They don't.
Oh, yeah?
Not
Ooh.
really.
Okay.
Wanna
They,
get into a
they
lyric
just
battle?
don't make it sound as sad.
Oh, okay.
I think that's why I don't like
Don't make
country.
it
Not as yeehaw.
This is the pumped up kicks version.
Exactly.
Like
pop
the
version.
only reason why I listen to Monsta X like K-pop wise is because they're emo. Like I refuse to listen to any other group because
okay,
like
okay, but do you understand what I'm saying when I say it's the pumped up kicks?
yes,
Like
yes, I understand.
the lyrics are terrible and horrible, but they make it sound bouncy, so that's what you're
Yeah.
going with.
She just needs more bass and drums in her country songs instead of the
Bass and drums.
No, I need more.
banjos
I need
and-
more emo.
Here's the thing with
I want.
country. You have to go back if you want to listen to country. Don't listen to new age country.
Yeah.
'cause
So like Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
Okay, so like
Who else?
I can listen to her, Reba McEntire, and Kenny Rogers.
okay.
Those are the ones the only three I listen to, country
Old
wise.
T Swift was good.
I love to see. She's better when she was country. When she's pop, that's when I love.
Well, yeah, she's pandering.
Is she still doing that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
T Swift still makes music.
She released an album during the pandemic,
Uh-huh.
and it was like her highest selling album ever.
Well, she should go back to country. T Swift, if you're listening to this, please go back to country.
Why would Taylor
I don't know.
Swift?
Because we just called her out. I bet she's like
Yeah.
always got one of
She's
those
a
name
lawsuit.
recognition things where
You
it's
got
like,
feelers out?
somebody said our name in this podcast. We gotta
I'll,
listen
I'll
to
put
it.
it
and
in
see
the
what they said.
title. It'll be the first thing in the title. Taylor Swift. That's what the first one of the title.
I feel like we gotta talk more about her then. I really didn't have much planned to talk about. With
Oh,
her,
you know
so-
what? I'll talk about her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
What's up?
She was actually my first concert. When,
Seriously?
Yeah, for my oh god, I was in 4th grade. So what? I'm 21 now.
21
I
Savage.
was in 4th grade.
You've said that, yes.
Oh god, no, I'm trying to figure out the year.
Oh,
I want to say 2010. I was like 10 or 11 when I was in 4th grade, and I
well,
remember
you were in
my mom-
8th grade in 2014.
I was freshman 2014.
You were a freshman in 2014. Okay, so that eliminates it down. So then count back 8 years. Or no,
4 years.
4 years.
Well, 5.
5 years. 5
5
years.
years.
Yeah.
Math.
We know
Math's hard.
math.
We're broadcasting
So
students here.
2014 minus 5 is 2009.
Yeah, so I was starting 4th grade.
Took us 2 minutes.
I believe so.
math, but-
Oh well, if you're a math major, correct me. Anyways, she was my first concert ever,
Don't need to be
and
a
I'm
math major.
so I had 3 options to choose from for my 10th birthday.
Okay.
My mom said you can go to Chevelle, which is because I'm also into heavy
Right.
rock music. Them, Miley Cyrus, because I was a fucking slut for Hannah Montana and Miley Cyrus.
Wasn't
back
that
then.
Party Rock in the USA at that point?
It was, yeah, but like still.
She was pretty big at that point. So
Yeah.
I mean, I don't give you any.
Well, and that was
hate
when
for
it
that.
wasn't Hannah Montana. It was actually Miley Cyrus.
At that point, it was,
Yeah.
yeah, because
I
that's
bet
when.
she still did some Hannah Montana
Oh,
thing.
well,
Yeah.
yeah, obviously.
And then third was Taylor Swift, and me being the 10-year-old that I was like, oh my god, Taylor Swift! And we went. It was too theatrical.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it was good. Don't get me wrong, but like over in like one corner you'd have like a waterfall, and like over here it'd be like some fucking fireworks shit, and it's just like,
You don't like fireworks?
no, I don't like.
You don't
fireworks.
like pyrotechnics at concerts? I think those are awesome.
Well,
no.
you also have like visual issues.
Yeah, that's
don't
fair.
You?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, well, around this time I did not, but like I just didn't like.
What do you mean you didn't?
It's something that comes later in life.
Yeah.
I mean,
Really?
it isn't
Yeah,
something
mine
that's-
was medically induced because how high my prescription was for my anxiety meds.
Okay. I didn't know that.
I'm not a druggie, I promise. I'm just saying.
She's a
Um,
druggie.
Not a
Don't let her.
druggie.
Don't let her lie to you.
I shake because of my anxiety. I'm sorry.
Look at her anxiety
this is
just
an audio-friendly
rising slowly
podcast.
here.
I looked at her as soon as it said I'm not a druggie and shook my hand at her because she shakes her hands shake all the time and she can never sit still. Poor
Literally,
Makenna.
like some of my teachers would be like, "Are you okay? You're shaking." I'm like, "Yeah, I just have really bad anxiety."
Okay. So then, since we're on the topic of concerts, what was your first concert?
My first concert was Def Leppard at the Silverhawks baseball field in South Bend,
Boomer.
Indiana. Not a boomer. I was like 8 years old, and my parents took me. And it was actually a really good concert. I didn't know Def Leppard. I mean, okay, my parents raised me on classic rock, so all I knew was classic rock at that point. So seeing Def Leppard was pretty cool. I mean, they're iconic. Do you know about their drummer?
Yeah.
Do you know about their drummer, Def Leppard?
No.
So he was in an accident in the 90s or 80s, and he lost one leg and one arm, I think, or it might have been two legs and one arm, but he's their drummer. So they rigged up this drumming equipment so that way he could still drum even without having all those limbs and everything. And it's just honestly pretty
So
cool.
the story
Kinda
behind, I
badass.
think it was only one arm. So if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to look it up real quick.
But I've been to lots of concerts beyond that. My favorite one would probably have to be Tyler, the Creator. I've seen him twice now, once in St. Louis and once in Cleveland. And he's just, that's my dude. I don't like moshing as much, but it was kind of cool to be in the middle of it.
Mosh pitting?
Yeah, it's just kind of not my thing. I don't like being pushed around. Like, don't touch me. Like, I'm just trying to watch the
Well,
show.
if we're
You
talking
know
about
what I
our
mean?
favorite concerts, hands down, mine was Monsta X for my 20th birthday. Oh my god! And they came out and sang "Who Do You Love?" They surprised everybody, and I sobbed because that was my favorite fucking song. And we were gonna meet them, but they were asking for like $1,000 just to meet them, and I was like, "Nah, we'll do that next year." And of course, I bought tickets for the 2020 World Tour to meet them.
Yeah.
Well, we saw what happened.
Okay.
Yep. COVID.
So-
It's the Coco.
So
Not the cocoa.
yes, he only has one arm.
But he has both legs?
Yes.
Oh, well, then I'm just crazy. Sorry about that.
It's okay. That's why we fact check. But the thing is, the crazy part about that story is that
Spit it out.
he actually, after he lost the arm, they kicked him out of the band. Well, they didn't really kick him out. They more were like, we're gonna have to look for a new drummer because obviously you only have one arm, and so they held tryouts. And he showed up at the tryouts unannounced, and I'm gonna try out for this, and ended up just killing it. And they're like, you're the best performance now, even with only one arm, than
Yep.
we've seen all day. And they just brought him back in.
Which is crazy to think. I think he uses more foot pedals to be able to hit the other drums he would normally hit with his one arm. So it's pretty impressive. I mean, it's a great story, and honestly, great music. Pour Some Sugar on Me, classic.
So
That's by them.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was by like Joan Jett or some shit.
Nope. Def Leppard.
I really did.
So-
Oh, I didn't know that.
So, fun fact for you, Hunter. Guess who my first concert was?
Def Leppard.
Leppard. It was Def Leppard, Styx, and Tesla.
Oh wow. Yeah, that pretty good lineup there.
And then a year later, that was my first concert. I think I was like 16, 17. A year later, I went and watched Def Leppard again and watched Def Leppard, Tesla, and Poison.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Okay, see, the crazy thing was when I went to that Def Leppard concert, they opened that night, which is like weird because it's like they should be the headliner,
Right.
and then whoever came out after should have been the open because I didn't even know who they were, and I don't even think we stayed to watch them. But for whatever reason, they were like got there late or something, so
Oh.
it just was weird, but yeah, it was a good time.
They just flipped the schedule around.
Yeah, basically, which is just it was
It's weird.
strange. Yeah.
Yeah, I love concerts. I after I went to my first one, I got hooked. I was like, I have to just go to more.
What is the worst concert that you guys have been to?
I went. Okay, I probably got a couple here. I saw a Beatles tribute band. It kind of sucked. It wasn't terrible, but it was just like, they put on the outfits and the wigs and, they made it look like they were,
That's
Ringo,
terrible.
John, and, everyone else. And yeah, I even went behind stage, and I think I have a picture with them, or at least my mom does.
That's kinda
but,
funny.
It was more because my mom dragged me out to it, which, it is what it is. But yeah, it wasn't good.
I don't think I had a bad concert.
I had one. Are you ready for it?
Okay.
BTS.
You've seen them in concert?
I did, yeah.
With all the shit you talk about,
Yeah, I
though.
know,
Well,
right?
because so I was at the time I was kind of getting into K-pop, and my best friend was like, "Hey, you want to go see BTS with me for my graduation gift since I graduated from college?" And I was like, "Yeah, I guess." And then we got to the concert. Keep in mind it was raining, so they came out. They barely danced, and their mics kept cracking in and out the entire time, and it was just it was just not fun.
Yeah.
And then I feel like all the fans around me, because okay, so I'm pretty wild when it comes to concerts. So at this concert, I was like, "Oh my God, J-Hope, I love you!" And these bitches around me were looking at me like I was stupid. But the girl in front of us was talking about how she wanted Jin to fuck her, and everybody was like, "Yeah, go her!" And I was like, "I hate BTS fans. Y'all piss me off." But when I went to Monster X, everybody was like, "Yeah," and just it was great.
All the girls were saying, "Just fuck me," huh? Was that
Yeah,
what
no,
happened at
that
Monster X?
was literally at the BTS concert. They were literally screaming for the members to fuck them, and I was like, "Y'all are 15, chill." They're almost 30. You guys are some. I don't know. I just thought
Are
it
they
was.
really that old?
Yeah, the oldest member is 28, and
What about with Monster X?
oldest member Monster X, yeah, about the same age.
Really?
Yep.
See, they look a lot younger.
That's
Is that because they're Asian, or is
I
it just
believe so.
It's
what-
because they're that, and they've also had plastic surgery.
well taken care of? I
well,
take it.
well, yeah,
Must
but
be
I
nice
mean,
because I feel like I look like I'm
plastic-
old and I'm only 25.
well, but plastic surgery is a normal thing in Korea.
Oh yeah,
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
If you don't get plastic surgery, there's an issue. You're
That's
looked down
strange.
upon
Yeah.
if you do not get plastic surgery.
that's why a lot of K-pop stars, I don't know if you're familiar with Blackpink. No, one of the members had to get her nose was too wide, so she had to get surgery because the director of the entertainment company
So-
was fix your nose.
That's
Yeah,
literally
and-
so bad though, because
And-
it's
yeah, so it's Americanizing.
okay, but America doesn't even do that.
Okay, no, they're saying that beauty standards have to match that of America. So our noses are different than theirs. Theirs tend to be a little bit more wide. So they actually get plastic surgery to get it smaller.
And that's why, whenever, if you were to look up K-pop images or stars, a lot of them are white because a lot of people there want to be white.
They bleach themselves.
Yes.
That's crazy. So yeah, I'm still under the impression that beauty comes in many shapes and forms,
Oh,
and you
100%.
should, you don't need to change what you've got because somebody will like it.
I've read a report on it a while back about the beauty standards set forth in Korea, and you just read this thing and you're like, oh my God, it's so hard to be
Yeah.
beautiful in Korea. And if an American or a white Caucasian person goes there, they are praised as the most beautiful person in the world, no matter what you look like.
Especially if you have blonde hair, blue eyes,
Oh
or
my God.
or green, not
Yeah.
green eyes and red hair.
Yeah.
Yep, they love it there because
So
they're
in
like,
other
"Oh my
words, what
God."
you're saying is all three of us need to move out there and just become kings and queens.
Well,
huh?
I don't know. I don't know if they'd praise you because you kind of have brown hair, brown eyes. But they'd probably
I've
praise
literally
Sean
got
and I.
blue.
What
we
do you
literally
mean?
went over this. I have
Wait,
blue eyes.
do you have blue eyes?
Yes,
Oh, I thought you had
Kenna.
brown. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness! So you can call me colorblind.
I also want to point out that I also have brown hair and brown eyes.
Oh no, you're just a blonde.
Do you have brown
at the
eyes?
top.
I do have brown.
Yeah. See, I have blue eyes.
I think yours more gray.
Okay, but they're not.
Hang on. Come here.
You need me to get close to you?
Come here, Hunter. They're a gray.
What if we kiss in the middle
They're
of the
100% a
podcast?
gray.
I've lived my whole life being told I have blue. So you're telling me I need to change my license? Is what you're saying? Because it says
No.
blue eyes on there.
I can see where they can see blue. It's got a blue tint to it, but if I had to pick an actual color to describe them, I would not say blue. I
That's
would
crazy.
100% say gray, and they're cool. I would be happy with gray. It's unique.
I guess. Just I've been lied to my whole life.
Well, Oh, I don't know. What color are my eyes then? I thought mine were like a gray, weren't they?
A little bit. Yours are about the same color as his.
Like gray blue? Yeah.
Yours are about the same color as his. When he has
blue.
glasses on, his look brown.
Yeah. I think that's what was throwing me off.
When he has his glasses on, they look brown. But when he pulled his glasses off and came over here, yeah, they look like gray.
I hate my eyes.
I have like dirt brown eyes. So.
Got that poop eye.
Thank God
Full
I
of
don't have
shit.
Pink eye. How you get pink
Ugh.
eye?
Ugh. Somebody pooped on you.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been to a bad concert.
BTS, I wish it wasn't raining. I think they would have done a lot better, but it was just too Americanized, and I hated it.
I've been to concerts that I'm like, I don't even want to be here. It turned out to be like a really, because I just think I vibe to whatever everyone else is feeling in the room. Just like, yeah, let's go.
I've never been to a concert I didn't want to go to.
Really?
Yeah. Because I've seen Ben Folds a couple times. I've seen Incubus, Weezer.
I went
like
to
a bunch of people, and it's just never been bad.
I got front row tickets to Breaking Benjamin, Bad Wolves,
Oh, that was a good concert, I bet.
and Five Finger Death Punch.
That probably was a very sweaty night for you.
Well, not really.
No?
No, so I got front row tickets, and I was the only person like in the front row. It was me and my best friend.
Did you have seats though?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
that's a
it
little
was
bit nice.
at Deer Creek or
Ruoff or
Ruoff Home
Verizon.
Mortgage Center or Verizon or whatever the heck you call it.
Okay.
It's in North.
So is that like a
Noblesville.
theater that has
It's
seats?
Noblesville. Do you know where Noblesville is? It's probably the largest. No, I don't want to say it's the largest, but it's one of the larger actual concert stadiums in.
So, but you're saying it's got like seats and
So it's got a
everything throughout the whole thing.
pavilion.
Yeah.
That has seating. They have a mosh pit area, which
Yeah.
I had tickets to the mosh pit, but I'd rather not mosh pit.
Yeah. I feel that.
You can get tickets to a mosh pit.
Yeah,
You
so
get
they gave
pit
me
Oh, you mean
tickets.
like the pit?
Yeah,
you
get
mean?
pit tickets.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's they give you wristbands. It came. Okay, I thought I was buying when I just want to explain the story real quick. When I bought these tickets, it was for my best friend's birthday, and he loves Breaking Benjamin. I was like, I got this. I'm gonna go out and buy these tickets. They were like $80 a pop, which I was like, okay, that's about my top limit that I want to spend on concert tickets, especially considering like didn't have a lot of money to begin with. But I was like, and they were for row like F. I was like, okay. You know, we're going to be like 5 rows back, whatever, going to be in the middle of the crowd or whatever. I was like, it's still going to be a fun time. We get there and I'm looking for my seat. I'm just going up and I'm going, all right, there's H, G. Where's F? And it was at the very front. I'm like, so where are the other letters? Where are all the other ones?
I don't know.
I was like, how did
Poor
this
planning. They
happen?
started from the back instead of starting from the
That's
front,
exact-
lettering it.
Well, and what's funny is they have so many seats. They go into like double letters. Like they have like AA, BB, CCE. And I'm like, but what about these like 5 rows of letters that you don't have?
Well, I guess it was a pleasant surprise though. So, I mean,
Oh
you
yeah,
really can't
I
complain.
was super happy when I was like, oh, these are front row tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Literally front row.
Where'd you buy them off of? Ticketmaster? They should have told you like where the stage was and stuff like that.
Yeah, it didn't tell you like where the exact seat was. I was like, hey,
Oh.
you're in this area.
Oh, okay.
And again, I thought row F. I'm like row 5, 6. I'm thinking,
Makes sense.
okay, you want to talk about hobbies and stuff?
I'd love to talk about hobbies and stuff. You got
Okay.
any hobbies and stuff you want to talk about?
A little bit.
Oh,
Something I
snap.
haven't done in a minute, and I want to. I want to go back. I want to do rock climbing, indoor rock climbing specifically.
Did you know that they have an indoor rock climbing thing in Terre Haute?
Yes, I've heard it's crap.
Looks like crap every time I drive by it.
It's a cafe, indoor
Yeah.
cafe, and I'm like, okay, this that could be really cool. Sit down and have like a coffee or something, and because the entire point of like indoor rock climbing, I don't know if you guys have ever been.
No, never
Um,
been.
It's like a giant gym that has bunches of rock climbing. They have got like weight rooms, stuff like that. But then it's very relaxed. Like you can spend an entire day there, and they generally have drinks. They've got sometimes they have like bars and stuff like that. You can literally spend an entire day at these gyms, and it's very laid back. Everyone's so helpful. If you're just starting out or if you're advanced, everyone's like, "Hey, try this move or these moves," and it's
Pretty cool.
so much fun. So I saw the one in Terre Haute, which is like away from here, 30 minutes away. I
Yeah.
was like, I gotta go try it. And I got talking to some people that are actually from around here, and they're like, yeah,
Not worth it.
It's not worth it.
Well, I mean, everything can't be nice, but I mean, it's interesting that I didn't think it was such a big thing. I mean, and for it to be
Indoor
a
rock
small
climbing?
indoor rock climbing, and for it to be such a, I mean, for Terre Haute to have it, I mean, that's got to mean it's widespread all over the country.
Yeah, I think
Which is
the
pretty cool.
closest one here that's decent is Evansville
Makes sense.
or Indy, but Indy's 2 hours, Evansville an hour. So,
Cut your losses. Go to Evansville.
but if you're going to be starting into rock climbing, my recommendation. So there's 2 different types. You have what's called belaying, which is basically what your more traditional rock climbing is, which is you go and you get hooked up to a rope with a harness and you climb. Then you have what's called bouldering. There's actually a 3rd type, but you don't want to do that at first.
Bouldering though,
Bouldering.
like a boulder,
It takes after the same name.
like BOULDER.
The idea is that they're puzzles.
Oh God.
So you do not have a harness. You do not have a rope. It is free climbing. It's generally, so the place that I started out was an 8-foot wall, and it's a path, a set path. So you look at a wall and it's just got a bunch of different colored boulders or holds on it, and you're just like, okay, I'm gonna start on this pink one. And each generally they have different ratings and stuff for them. So I'm gonna start on this pink one. You can only use the pink holds to get to the top. That's what it is. And then you kind of progress your way up. At one point, I think I was at a 14 or 20-foot wall, and no harness. You're like 14 to 20 feet up in the air, no harness at all.
So I find that interesting, but it's also like I mean, you got to get back down.
Yeah. So generally, once you get to the top, it has like a ledge, and you get to the top, you get on top, and then you walk across and walk back down some stairs.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what?
Because I figured like you're gonna have to like get all the way up there and then climb back down that same way, and I was like, that sounds fucking terrible.
In a number of places. So in some places, yes, and the answer to that is just let go.
Is there like a
no.
bump pit underneath you?
No, it's generally like a couple thick pads of mat.
That sounds horrible.
It's still like 20 feet falling though.
Yeah,
What if you
so-
fall badly?
Okay,
Do you know how to fall? I don't know how to fall.
My knee's hurting just like thinking about that.
I have a story, but to answer your question, you fall and you go limp. So you hit the ground, you hit with your feet first, and you don't like try and stay upright. You let yourself go into the impact, and you generally slap your hands with the ground.
yeah.
So you let yourself go into it, and then you can just roll out of it.
Well, yeah, that's the tuck and roll.
That's
I get
horrible.
that, but still, I
There
don't think I'd
is
be
a
good
chance,
No.
and I want to explain this because this happened to me, and it's the reason I don't really boulder anymore. There is a chance I was climbing a 20-foot wall, and I went to grab a boulder at almost the top of the wall and fell. I know how to fall, but I hit, and my ankle rolled,
Oh.
and then my knee rolled.
that. See, this is
And-
what would happen to me. I'd literally just I'd break my neck.
My meniscus is already torn, and I can feel it
It-
tearing again.
I hit the
Thinking about
ground,
that.
and I felt like my knee was no longer attached. And I
Nope.
was just sitting there for a second, and everyone like, there's certain times in the gym when you hear people fall and you're like, whatever. But every once in a while you'll hear someone fall and you're just like, that wasn't,
Yeah,
like,
you
something
can hear it.
bad
And it's like,
just happened.
yeah.
And so I had people like crowding around me and like, are you okay? Do we need to call an ambulance? And I literally was like laying on the ground for a second. I was like, okay, gotta get up, gotta walk it off. I stood right up and just started walking, immediately fell on my face.
I was gonna say, yeah, that sounds that's a terrible idea. If you're hurt, it doesn't get up, walk it off, because that could make it worse.
Oh no, it ended up being fine. I didn't tear anything. I didn't twist anything too bad. But I was
Too bad.
I was
Yeah.
sore for a few days. But I was also going like every other day to this gym, so it was normal for me to fall and injure myself. Another tip, if you're going to be doing belaying, you can get certified. I am belay certified, which is
How much
basically
did that cost?
$25.
Now, is that just like you go and have some like dude like watch you do
So
it,
they
or
teach you how. So
it's
there's
like a class?
there's 2 parts of a belay. Okay, you have the person who is belaying, which is generally the person down at the bottom holding the rope for you.
Oh Jesus.
They literally have your life in their hands.
Yeah.
And then the other person is climbing. So they teach you how to tie your rope, on both sides. Well, you don't really tie there's nothing tying. You just have a little mechanism that you put it in, and the entire thing is, and it's just a counterbalance.
Yeah.
But when I got belay certified, they brought me in. They're like, okay, this is how you're gonna do it. This is how you tie. They made us do it a few times, and then they're just like, okay,
Be free.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No.
and then each gym that you go to, you have to get belay certified before they'll allow you to belay someone else.
I mean, that makes sense. You don't
Yeah.
want to just like, all right, I'll hold you.
Yeah.
Whoa,
That
slips.
sounds utterly terrifying.
It's scary, and here's the thing: when I tell new people about this, it's scary to think about. Of like, yeah, I'm holding this person's life in my hands, but I want to point out that you could be 100 pounds and belaying someone that is like 300 pounds, and you're fine, because the entire purpose of it's got a pulley at the top.
Mm-hmm.
The rope runs through, and then it comes down to your harness.
Yeah.
You both are wearing a harness, and you've got a little device attached to it, which is basically just another pulley.
Mm-hmm.
As they're going up, you're just pulling the rope. And then if they're like, hey, I need to take a break, they literally, this is the scariest part when you first start doing it. For me, it's the most relaxing part. They literally just let go of the wall.
Huh?
Yeah. And they'll just hang up there because you just have them hold on with the rope. As long as you're holding onto that rope, it's not going to go anywhere. And other person, if you get two people about the same weight, which was me and my best friend at the time, still is my best friend, you can literally, he pulls off the wall and he's just sitting there because it's literally just a harness around you. He'll just sit there, and then I'll just lean back and sit myself. And it's just holding each other up. All it is.
Sounds utterly terrifying.
It's scary to think about. Do it.
No.
I'd rather not.
If you guys want to go rock climbing, I will belay you.
Oh yeah,
I think
you'll
I'd be
belay me so hard.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I'd be the easiest
But
to
so
belay.
there are some.
No offense, guys.
There,
I'm a big boy.
no, he would feel the same as you.
Really?
100%. All it is a rope. That's all it is. There's no tension to it because this little device makes you feel like there's nothing else.
I
in the
think
world.
we'd have to see the device in person. I think that's why I'm
I've
like.
got it in my car. I can show
really?
you guys.
Oh my
shit.
goodness.
I
Of course, you're prepared to rock climb at any given moment, huh?
I have
Drop of a hat.
I have
rock climb
chalk.
the building.
Yeah.
I have chalk, which, by the way, if you go rock climbing, use chalk. It will save your hands, especially if you get sweaty. Your hands get sweaty.
Big sweat.
But use chalk because then you can climb more. And then I have shoes, and then I have my own harness and equipment.
So do they make like special rock climbing shoes?
Yes.
Do they really?
They have spikes on them or something, right?
No.
That's actual rock climbing shoes.
It's
I
more
take
like ice climbing. So
Okay.
the shoes for rock climbing, even like if you're gonna go free climb out in like nature, they're non-skid shoes. That's basically what they are, like super non-skid shoes. They've got two different types. One's got a sharp nose, not a sharp nose, but a hard nose. One's got more of a flimsy nose. Because there's a technique in rock climbing called smearing, whereas literally you don't put your foot on a hold. You just press your foot as hard as you can against the wall and push up off of that.
Oh God.
I guess that makes sense.
It's fun. It's fun. Trust me, it sounds terrifying. It's a lot of fun. And you get sore. If you like the feeling of being sore like from a workout, but you don't really like working out, this is a great way to do it. It's so much fun.
It's like it honestly sounds really fun.
It's so much fun. But it will tear your hands up. It will tear your hands up. You will get calluses in places you didn't know calluses could exist.
funny.
Well, to all our listeners out there, if this interests you, go ahead and find your local rock climbing area and give all Sean's tips out, or give them a try. That's what I meant to say. Words are hard.
Yeah, it's super friendly. The environment with rock climbing, no matter where I've been, it's so friendly. If you're brand new, there's always someone willing to help you. Just go, tell them you're brand new, and they will walk you through it and help.
All right. Well, on to my favorite segment now. We're going to go into How About This? And I'm really excited about this one because we're talking about Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Right?
And Kenna and I have both seen it already,
Oh, yeah,
so,
definitely.
we're educated and good people, unlike Sean.
So why don't you go ahead and explain what Monty Python is?
getting the Knights of the Round Table. They're looking for the Holy Grail, and it basically just follows each of the knights on their own little stories, and then it all comes back together at the end to kind of finish it out. But it's just a parody. It makes fun of everything. Probably one of the funniest movies ever made. It's made by the Monty Python guys. I mean, if you know who they are, then you know what kind of movie this is going to be. But I mean, it's just a bunch of crazy things that happen along the way. And I mean, I don't want to give too much away. You know, I still want you all to go out and watch it. But yeah, it's a really, really good movie. So what did you think, Sean? Because I've been waiting to hear. Because I mean, this is such a good movie.
Okay, so I watched it on YouTube again, like I explained to you.
Why do you keep doing that? That's such bad quality, though.
No, it really
is.
wasn't. It was 1080p.
Mm.
It was HD.
You pirate or you?
Just free on YouTube, and I didn't have my Netflix, and I didn't want to go searching for it because I just watch it real quick. But I will say this is the second movie that you guys have recommended to me that I watched on YouTube and thought I was watching like a made up version because they have in the movie they have the scenes where they just for some random reason go to animated.
Oh, well, that's a Monty Python staple throughout the show of the Flying Circus that they did. They would have like the sketches and like art and everything like that, and that's just something Monty Python does. So you're talking about like when the seasons change and everything, and then they have the million-eyed monster and everything like that. Yeah, that's just hand-drawn animation they used to do in the 80s or whatever.
What was it? And then the animator for the drawing animator had a heart attack and died. And that's how they created the monster.
Exactly. So I mean, it's just they're so funny.
My thought, because I was like, I have to come up with a one sentence thought for this. I feel like I've seen it already.
That's all you got?
I feel like I've seen it already because of how many memes are made out of that movie.
This is true.
Tis but a scratch.
Tis but a scratch. Black Knight is amazing. I love that. I think probably my favorite scene is when Sir Lancelot the Brave gets the note from the prince that's about to be married, and he's like, "Save me, please."
That was the princess.
Yeah, exactly. So he charges into the out of the forest towards the castle, and they just do this clip over and over again where he's just running, and then they clip back and he's still just running. And it's just, I've probably watched that like a billion times, and every time I see it, I laugh.
Okay, I had one problem with that clip. Okay, because I love the clip. I love the idea of the clip. I hated that they used the exact same take every time.
I don't know, man. I thought that was kind of funny.
That's like the best part.
I was after about the first 2 or 3 times, because they didn't just use the same take of him, they used the same take of the guards too. Their reactions.
Well, towards the end of it, they started doing because they started like looking at each other like. So I mean, it wasn't the same the whole time, but with Sir Lancelot running, yes, it was the same thing for like 8 different times, which I think is just funny because it's like they just keep going. And like, how long are they gonna do this? And then all of a sudden, he's just stabbing both guards and running in, and it's just like.
I wish it would have started him from farther away. Had like the most zoom the camera could get, and then just slowly zoom out with each shot and just see how far away he was charging at this castle. That's how I would have done it. But obviously, I liked the scene. I loved it. I loved the funniness of it.
That's probably my favorite. What do you think your favorite scene was out of it?
My favorite scene.
Because I mean, the witch scene is really good, where they're talking about how to figure out if she's a witch or not, and they use a duck, and she weighs the same as a duck, so she's a witch, but she's not a witch.
She's not a witch. She's just like, well,
yeah.
The ending where they all get arrested.
That is great.
A1.
My
favorite part.
That was the second reason why I thought that I had like some weird like remake of the movie, because I was like, what?
Yeah. So the whole story behind that is somebody gets murdered, and it was because obviously this is filmed in real time, and this day and age they weren't making it seem like it was back in the 1500s or whatever. So some guy was just out and he got killed by somebody, and the wife got all mad and like upset, so he called the police, and the police came out, and then throughout the movie you see them investigating to find out who did it. And then at the end of the big battle, they're like, all right, no more shooting. Shut it down.
It's so funny.
Yeah, so good. What a great way.
It was a random ending that I was like, what? And then the video doesn't end for like 5 more minutes. It's not like it has credits or anything. It's just black and music for like 5 more minutes. And I'm like, Is there
Great
something
music.
else?
Well, I mean, that's how it used to be in the 80s and everything. I mean, you had like the music. I mean, that's why
Right.
they had the really long intro too.
Right. I like the intro. I love the moose
Yeah.
gag. That
All
they
about
had.
the moose.
My favorite scene, probably the scene of the Bridge of Death.
Okay. So you gotta do the riddle to get by and
Yes.
everything, right?
Yes, and the callback to the very first scene when you meet King Arthur, and obviously I'm in love with the coconut horse thing.
I
And I
still think a
love the
swallow
running
could
gag.
carry a coconut over
Yes.
the ocean.
But the fact that he called back to the airspeed velocity of a swallow,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how they got past it.
I just wonder how they come up with this type of things.
I don't know.
Like, how do you even think about that?
It was just incredible, and I was like, this is the greatest callback that I've seen in this movie. But yeah, that's probably my favorite scene.
It's just, it's good. Great movie, classic, and like I said, I think everyone should see it at least once.
For what it was, I thought it was good.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, what do you get? Okay, how many holy grails do you give it out of 10?
How many
Yeah.
girls do you give?
Holy
it?
girls.
No, those were in the castle with
They were the virgins.
Yeah.
Yes. Let me see if I can remember
Didn't-
exactly what they were. Boop 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 boop.
Thame. Castle of a Thame, something like
Castle Anthrax.
that. Anthrax.
That's what it was. Yes.
I knew it was some weird. Yeah,
Which I just I don't know where they come up with this stuff.
there's some interesting names in that.
Anthrax. It's
Yeah.
The aptly named knight who will not be featured in this movie.
I always thought it was funny to have Sir Robin the not quite so brave as Sir Lancelot, which he had a great scene where he was messing with the three-headed knight.
Yeah, and they
of
just
course he
walked away.
ran away real quick, which I would have too. Brave knight Sir Robin.
Just following behind him and telling the
Yep.
story about
Stop war! I'm not a coward. No.
yeah. That so out of 10, they probably an 8. I thought it-
Holy Grails
I-
out of 10.
I thought
Pretty
it was good. I thought that it could have been better.
I think it's just because you watched on YouTube.
Oh, I
Stop
agree.
doing that.
It wasn't the quality.
I don't know.
At no chance was it the quality. I just thought it felt, and I guess this was the way the movie was set up. It felt like a bunch of random scenes put together.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Right.
You follow the story of each of them while they go and try to find, the Holy
Right.
Grail.
But I didn't feel like it. Well, and I guess again, it's like I didn't like the fact that they didn't have an ending.
Yeah, it's just one of those things.
I enjoyed that it was a random ending, but it was also one of those where I was just like, "That's it, that's it."
Yeah.
See, I think you'd really like Life of Brian because that actually has an ending. It's another movie by Monty Python. It has basically a whole same cast. It's about a guy that gets worshipped like Jesus, but isn't Jesus. Everyone thinks he's the Messiah, but he isn't.
Oh, so Jim Jones.
Who?
I said, oh, so Jim Jones.
Who?
You being serious? We'll get to that in a second. Explain more.
I'm good. You want to move on to Jim Jones?
Yeah, I guess we're moving
Because
on to Jim
I don't know
Jones.
who Jim Jones is.
You don't know who
either.
Jim
You're
Jones
talking about
is?
the rapper?
No, like he was like an actual. Okay, so I watched a video on him yesterday, and like I don't know why it was kind of fascinating. So he was a cult leader of the People's Temple.
Okay.
So he was born and raised in Indiana, and so he started out as a good guy, would feed the homeless, take care of like the elderly, shit that good people do. I act like I don't know, but
What's that stuff?
so he ended up going to church,
Yep.
and he when he kept going, he was like, "Oh my God, like I'll start my own church." So he eventually rented out. It was like not rented out. He bought out. Oh, what are Jewish temples called?
Mosques?
Is that what they are?
Yeah.
Yeah, mosques. So he bought a mosque and he turned it into the People's Temple. So where he kept getting over like hundreds and hundreds of worshipers, and he was like, "Oh, I need money. I can convince these people of God."
So it's a cult.
Literally,
It's a
yes.
cult.
It's a cult. And you ever heard of? Remember the saying, "Drink the Kool-Aid"?
Yeah.
That's where it's from. Because he and his followers moved to Guyana, where they started like this utopian society, and he.
I think I know what you're talking about. I think I've seen.
I just didn't know his name was Jim Jones.
Yeah, Jim
Yeah.
Jones. Yeah, and so he makes because he convinces everybody that the CIA and the
Right.
FBI is out to get them, and they all like commit suicide together.
Yeah.
Most of them were
Isn't
children.
that like Jimtown or something like that?
Jonestown.
Yes.
Jonestown. Okay. That's Jim Jones. Okay.
Yep.
That
all
makes a lot more
That
sense,
all
right?
makes sense.
Oh, yeah, there
now
you
we're
go.
connected.
How
Okay,
about
thank
that?
you.
You're welcome.
Okay,
Learn
so
something new.
as for our second part of how about that,
This.
that's so Raven, whatever.
Future and see.
My movie that I need to suggest to you, Dogma.
Like DOGMA.
I think the actual word dogma refers to like the history of a religion. I think is something
my
along
God.
those lines.
Okay.
So the movie, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a quick little synopsis. That way you're prepared. Anyone out there that wants to watch this, this is also a warning to you. This movie will make fun of Catholicism,
That's a big word.
the Catholic religion.
Oh. Fuck them Catholics.
Well, I mean, it's Kevin Smith, right?
Yes,
Oh, what did you expect?
it's Kevin Smith, and it's in his universe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that whole universe is
So like Silent Bob.
Mhm.
Oh, so it's a Silent Bob movie. Oh, awesome. Okay.
Jay and Silent Bob movie. They're both in it. It's also got Chris Rock.
Oh my God.
It's got
You said Ben Affleck and
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon.
Yeah.
It's got Alan Rickman.
Ah, Snape.
Yep.
Snape. Severus Snape.
Dumbledore.
Oh, I'm so glad we all know Popper Putter Pedals.
Uh,
Potter Puppet Pals.
yeah,
There you go.
some great actors in it. And it's I don't want to tell the plot because I'll tell that next week. But yeah, if you're a little bit sensitive to religion and stuff like that, then this movie basically makes fun of it.
Okay, if you don't have dark humor.
Yeah. It's very, if you know Kevin Smith films, it's a Kevin Smith film.
Yeah.
He makes fun of whatever the heck he wants to make fun of.
What can we watch it on?
YouTube.
Oh, it's
on
free.
YouTube.
Is it really? Oh, okay.
You and your YouTube, man.
You want from me?
I don't know. A better streaming service.
I don't
Probably-
think it's on.
Not gonna give me an ad
don't
every
think
10
it's
Amazon
minutes.
Prime.
I don't. Well, get ad blocker. What do you mean?
Well, I don't have that on my Xbox. If I'm trying to watch
That's
it on my
fair.
TV.
That's fair. You have an HDMI cable, right?
No.
I have one.
Why would I have an HDMI cable for?
Hook up
Okay,
to your
you
Xbox?
realize that I have to get a. Oh well, I mean, yeah, but it doesn't plug it into my computer.
It really doesn't?
Yeah.
No, my
Apple
Mac.
doesn't-
I have an Apple because I'm.
Mac,
Why does
Mac
Apple
I guess.
suck?
Yeah, they do. But it's nice to have my phone connected to it so I can text.
Okay,
You know, on my
So it's like a
computer. That's
2-hour
dope.
long film. So,
Prepare.
but it's very funny, very dark humor.
I'm excited.
I'm sure it's right
I
up
heard
my
dark
alley. Yeah.
humor. I'm in.
It-
It's
it's
Kevin
good.
Smith.
Yeah.
Better.
At the very beginning of the film, the main character is a Catholic woman that works in an abortion clinic. If that tells you anything.
Even better.
There we go. Already off to a good start.
Yeah. So it's very funny, and very dark, and probably one of my favorite films. And the end scene with Jay is just incredible.
Awesome.
Things to watch out for. It's hard to keep track of the first time you go through as far as who all the characters are, and you don't know like about Catholicism or really just about like the Bible.
Yeah.
You don't know the basic background of the Bible. It's kind of hard to keep up with. So it's definitely worth like paying attention to at the beginning because that's when a lot of the plot involved. Specifically when Alan Rickman comes in, he kind of explains a lot of the plot. So,
Interesting.
yeah.
I'm excited.
Yep.
I always
Me
like
too.
finding new movies.
And you both are Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh yeah, I've seen Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. I haven't seen their newest movie. It came out recently. I just haven't gotten around to it.
You guys will
Little
love it
Mi-
a lot.
Put that shit in my
my-
hand.
If that money doesn't show, then you owe me, owe me,
Oh.
oh.
Oh me, oh me, oh me, oh, oh me, oh me, oh.
Oh my gosh.
Great movie.
Uh,
Oh, 100%.
Hunter, we're gonna tackle a PSA.
Yeah, so we're not gonna do any big news today. Basically, all I wanted to do was talk to you about what everyone's been talking about lately, which is the coronavirus pandemic.
Coronavirus.
The cocoa, in other words.
Not the cocoa.
I call it the cocoa.
He pisses
Start
me
calling
off when
it
he says the
cocoa,
cocoa.
'cause that's what it is.
Please don't. Don't listen to Hunter.
So, I'm sure you're all tired of hearing about it. I am, but unfortunately, it is here and it is not going anywhere. If you're paying attention to the news at all, you probably heard that we broke a single-day case record. We had 126,000 confirmed cases in one day, which is a very big chunk, I think. And with all the hospitals being overwhelmed and filled,
That's specifically in the United States.
Yes, in the United States, I guess I should say, for all our foreign fans out there,
If we have
which, probably don't have any at the moment.
Right.
But anyways, thanks, Sean. So I just want to, remind everyone that social distancing, washing your hands, wearing a mask, being mindful of what you're doing is still an important thing to do, because you may be young like me and not be at risk of some of the deadly things going on, but everyone has parents, everyone has grandparents that are more susceptible to this, and, you just got to take it seriously. So it's just me reminding you to, be mindful of others and just try to make sure you're doing what's best for, those around you. And that's all I got to say. That's been Hunter with a coronavirus PSA.
Thanks, Hunter.
Thanks, Hunter.
All right, let's move on to It's All Virtual. Let's talk about some video games.
Still playing Phasmophobia.
I haven't been playing it recently. I've been trying to get back into League, and then I realized how much I hate League.
Hit me up. I play League.
Oh God,
I
no!
also play
I'm
League.
so bad at it, but I'm so toxic. Actually,
you play League?
I have played League. My friend, that's all he plays now, basically. So he's kind of got me into it. So shout out Gio for getting me into League.
See, the first time I kind of got banned because I was just a really toxic player.
That doesn't surprise me.
Oh,
You say a lot of these things like about how you're wild and crazy, and seeing the Makenna like in class and stuff like that, I don't see it.
oh, that's because you don't actually know me.
What the
Ask
heck
Hunter.
you mean?
Know me? Oh.
Jungle love. No, but
Yeah.
yeah.
You don't know her at all.
I
No.
can see that. I like because I'm a decent judge of character, so I can see where she can, but I haven't like witnessed it.
Yeah, she normally keeps it on her wraps for the most part.
Yeah, I try my best anyways. But yes, on League, but getting back into it. Port,
Who'd you play?
unfortunately.
Who do you play?
Morgana.
Organa?
There's
Right.
like
The
100
3.6 second stun?
Yeah. But see, well, when I did play,
I
like,
thought you would. Okay, so you're gonna sit over there and talk shit about League, and then be like, "Oh, I know every character and all
So-
their stuff." Wow.
you see, like when I actually did play, I played Rumble. Oh, I was so bad at it. But like, the best part was just talking shit in the chat, and people would get so mad at me, and then I got banned eventually. But it was so worth it.
Here's the thing you have to understand. And Hunter, are you new to League?
Oh yeah, definitely. Green as
Okay.
hell.
Okay,
Oh,
so
God.
so League of Legends, I've been playing since season 4. It's now in season 11.
What rank are
preseason.
you?
At highest, I was gold 2.
Really? That's impressive.
I want to be high.
To me, anyways. It is.
So to me, yeah, shit.
So the League of Legends community is probably the most toxic community in the entire
It's
world.
so fucking bad.
You ever played Modern Warfare 2 on the Xbox 360?
Yes, it,
It's worse.
It's probably
Really?
rivals that,
Pretty interesting.
especially if you start playing ranked. I don't. Been playing ranked.
No, I suck. I still don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. So-
Save yourself the time and do not play ranked.
Yeah,
It's-
because I feel like that's too much stress. Because then you're just gonna be like, I need to get these wins, and these are my trial games to move up, and it's like
Yes.
it all depends on your teammates. And if you're not,
Mhm.
if you're playing with randos, then it's damn near impossible.
Oh my god.
Uh,
Ooh.
So, yes, to answer your question, I do talk crap about League, but I play the heck out of
It's
it. Or I
such a
did.
shitty
I
game.
don't play it so much anymore. I play TFT now.
Team Fortress 2
No, Teamfight Tactics.
Do you play Smite? You should play Smite.
That's
should play Team Fortress 2.
No, don't listen to him. Play Smite. It's like League, but with the gods and goddesses.
Yeah, I know.
It's
I know
so
it's
fun.
nice.
And it's not toxic at all, and I
They
fucking
have the
love it.
Avatar characters in it.
Yeah.
But yes, I've dabbled in.
Unfortunately. Who is your main?
Win.
Most recent.
Yeah, most
Jeez.
recent.
Most recent main. Set.
Really?
100% set. And that was because I wanted to get into top lane. He was brand new at the time, and I was like,
Fair.
because his W can, first off, gives you a gigantic shield, and then you can.
Mm-hmm.
See, more or less, I just kind of I don't play it as much. My friend Gio does a lot. So whenever we hang out, we'll just kind of watch like .exe videos of certain characters.
Mhm.
They're pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
And I get like the whole gist of the game,
The league
top
com-
lane,
the
middle, and
league
support and all that. Bottom.
Content phenomenal. They make such funny videos. Like the .exe is just
yeah. There's some
Oh my
really good
God.
ones out there that I've just highly recommend. If you've never played League, just look up characters with a .exe after it, and you'll just have a good time.
If you've ever played League, don't. Seriously, don't. Spare yourself the fucking time. It is not worth. It's not worth it.
Want to know what is worth getting into?
Overwatch.
Ooh.
Call of Duty.
Cock-a-doodie.
The new one's coming out in
Friday. 2 days.
2 days.
Yeah.
I won't be able to play.
Probably be when we post this podcast. We'll probably
It'll be
I'll
out.
be playing it.
I won't.
That's for sure. If anything, I'll be playing the zombies for sure because that's free.
Is it actually free?
It is free. They're doing it just like Warzone, where Warzone is free to anybody. You don't have to own the game to play it. So they're doing that with zombies now, and it's going to be cross-platform for PC, PS4, and Xbox. So you can play with all your friends, do whatever. And they've made a lot of changes to it too. Have you seen the changes about that, Sean?
How they've got score streaks, they've got classes, they've got
You don't start with a pistol. You can start with an actual gun.
and guns level up.
Yeah, you can get like an Uber weapon, anything, which is it is weird, but I like saying Uber. Well, I guess Uber kind of got played out because the car Uber, but
Never played a COD game.
Really?
ever.
Never have.
That surprises me.
I feel like
I
you
feel
like
like-
zombies
yeah.
though.
But I like zombies.
I feel like you would like Call of Duty. If you
I
like
don't-
Overwatch,
It
I'm-
depends on the Call of Duty.
it's the same run and gun style as Overwatch.
Yeah.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I just like I don't know because I feel like I don't want to be
It's
like
not
the-
as cartoonish.
Oh, serious.
Yeah, not even close to
real
cartoonish.
life.
Oh well, I know, but like that's the reason why I played Overwatch because it was like the graphics
It
and shit like that.
feels different.
Okay. Well, because like I don't want to like play it because people are like, oh, you're gonna be like the typical gamer girl that only plays like COD and that's it.
So what?
Oh,
Don't let other people tell you how to live your life.
you live your life how you want to live your life, McKenna.
I don't know.
That goes
like
for
gamer
you
girl.
people out there too. Live your life how you want to live
Okay, whatever you say.
it. Yeah, you would like COD, and you'd like zombies.
Zombies
Okay.
fun, especially because I mean it's 4-player lobby and you just get with your friends and play. I mean it's just and
You
just
do
get
Easter
better.
eggs?
Hmm?
You do Easter eggs? Easter eggs?
Oh, it sounded like you said RTX, and it's like
RTX?
I don't have a
3060?
yeah, exactly. I don't have a graphics card like that. So yeah, I really stopped playing zombies after the Black Ops 3 when they remastered everything, and you got all the old maps remastered and everything. So
Chronicles.
yeah, exactly. Favorite maps probably it's a toss up between Kino and Ascension. But
And
they're
After My
all
Own
great. Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're just the classics. You can't go wrong with it, right? You know what I mean? And it's just all the memories I have of staying up late at night with my friends, doing like drinking games with it where you got to take a shot after each round and just getting super plastered. It's just, great memories. I love it.
Super
never did-
plastered.
Never did that. Never did that, but I can see that.
Raggy.
I stayed up until 3 a.m. on a school night, and I knew if my parents walked into the room, grounded for a month. But we were in the middle of doing an Easter egg, the buried
Oh,
one
no.
specifically.
Oh, buried. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, no, that's probably a better one to me because I could just beat. I knew all the tricks for it, and I had to just get the most amount of points, and I knew where to stand, so you could just never get hurt. So I kind of broke that game.
Yeah, I love zombies.
Yeah, I guess I'll check it out.
You should.
Totally, for
If you don't want to get the new Call of Duty, well, I mean it's free. Yeah, do that.
It'd be better. Well, I mean, getting Black Ops. Well,
I would say Black Ops 3.
I
If
just-
you're gonna
it's
get a
kind
Call
of
of Duty,
expensive. That's why I'm like,
if you're gonna get a Call of Duty zombies game to play zombies, Black Ops 3.
yeah, because
Okay.
then you can get the remastered of the original maps, and they are a lot
And if-
easier.
And if you get it on Steam, like you should, you can also get a bunch of custom maps that are even better.
Xbox One or die.
nah, PS4
You're dumb.
gang.
That's why I have both.
I also have both. So, but I also have a PC and not a stupid Macintosh.
I don't know
Haha.
computers like that. I'm just learning about them in the last couple years. I'm sorry.
Honestly, that surprises me. You seem like the type to like build your own PC.
So
Got it.
my parents, as a young kid, I didn't get on the internet or do anything like that or have a
Oh,
computer.
yeah, because you're like 78. I
or-
forgot.
No, just
Did you still have dial-up?
I mean, I remember when my dad got AOL, but he wouldn't let
Oh
us
my
get
God.
on the internet. It was more, I'd play like CD games on the computer, so like Backyard Baseball. We had a really cool Centipede one that was like first-person Centipede. It was like 3D. Coolest game ever, honestly, and I wish they would remaster that because it had a whole story behind it where like a kid gets captured and thrown in the ship, and then you gotta like drive around in the ship and all these like battlegrounds and everything, and obviously kill the Centipede and all the monsters and everything. Really, really good game. I wish I would have it now because I was playing it when I was like 7. Obviously, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was just, have fun. Now I feel like I could actually play it and beat it. And
You guys ever play SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom?
Yes.
yeah,
But then I broke it because my brother like.
You guys played the new one?
No,
New
I
one?
heard that they remastered it.
Really?
Yeah,
I have it. I've played it.
Is this
Or-
is it like the old
Huh?
times?
you have it for?
PC.
You suck.
Is it-
Technically Xbox as well.
But it's a digital game. You suck. I was like, yeah, let me borrow it. Not so much.
Is it just like the old?
I forgot how much I loved it.
Really?
I forgot. It seemed so hard when I was a kid. The game seemed so difficult when I was a kid. I got into it and went, no, this is just frustrating.
Well, that's how it happened with Kingdom Hearts for me. Like, I tried to beat Kingdom
never
Hearts as a
played
kid.
I love Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, I just never could get past certain parts. And then I grew up and played, like, the remastered ones on the PlayStation, and it's like, oh, breezing through this, I know what I'm doing now. I didn't get the concept of you need to, like, stack up levels before you go and do stuff. So I would just be trying to get the story done as quick as possible because I didn't own it. I was renting it from Family Video. Shout out Family Video. Never die. And it just, I didn't
Didn't you
understand
work
you had
at
to
Family
level
Video?
up. Huh?
Didn't you work at Family Video?
I did. Family Video is a great place. Definitely support them.
You look like you work at Family Video.
I could see it. Or GameStop.
I've applied to GameStop so many times in my life, and they've
specifically-
never fucking called me. So
specifically
fuck you,
one that-
GameStop.
Specifically one that's next to a pizza joint.
They're all next to pizza joints.
Are they?
Yeah, like
Family Video is partnered with either Little Caesars or Marco's Pizza
or Hungry Howie's.
or
Hungry
Hungry Howie's. It's always
That's
they
right.
always have it set up.
Yep.
Southport and
It's near
Arlington.
FC. Yeah, that one.
Southport and Arlington. Or not Southport. It's Thompson and Arlington.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yep. That used to be one I drive past like every.
Oh, to go to school. Really?
No, I was like 2 blocks away from.
Oh, okay.
I was on Franklin Road. You don't know any of this.
Nope. I'm from South Bend, not like these lamos from Indy.
Indianapolis, baby.
17.
Ever heard of the Beech Grove Walmart fight? That's me.
574. That's where it's really at.
Yeah, the Beech Grove Walmart fight was phenomenal.
It wasn't even by Beech Grove people. It was by FC people.
Listen, I know my people are trash. In my senior year of high school, we had a cocaine bus
Yeah.
where 24 people, 24 students got arrested for running a cocaine circle with a
Oh,
teacher.
fuck yeah.
Dope.
Fuck yeah.
Get your money, guys. Never stop the hustle. Don't let the hustle die.
You know how many times I've gotten like, okay, so I came down here and people are like, oh, where are you from? I'm like, Beech Grove. They're like, oh, you ghetto. I'm like, no.
Beech Grove is a little ghetto.
A tiny bit, but like, it's like it's the fucking Walmart.
Yeah, it's 100% because of the Walmart.
Literally. And then people are like, oh, so
You've probably seen
good.
the video.
It
went
maybe.
viral.
I heard.
Is
Kenneth told me about it.
yeah, it's a video of 2 women.
Yes, and then the son in the background, who ends up pouring shampoo on like one of the ladies.
Yeah,
Pretty A1.
it went viral a couple years ago, and that is where Kenna and I are from.
Yep. Gang, gang.
How
Hometown!
about that? Shout out Indiana for always being crazy.
And having drugs.
Meth.
Meth is huge in India.
Vincent especially.
How would you know?
No, it's more Warsaw.
Is it? I thought Vincent's was like the meth capital of the world.
It's Warsaw.
Is it?
Yeah. Which is up north towards South Bend.
There's-
Closer towards Fort Wayne.
There's so many places in Indiana where if you just drive into town and you're like, yep, that guy is doing meth.
Yep. And hey, you know what? It's fun to watch. Don't partake, but I like watching people be stupid and,
You know
being
what?
crazy in public.
At least whenever I go to the gas stations, the meth heads always compliment me. So
Everyone
if you,
always compliments you, Kenna. What are you talking about?
if you never compliment me, I can always go to the gas station and they'll be like, I ever told you how pretty you are? And I'll be like, oh, yeah. Okay.
Now give me $20.
Yeah. And I'll be like, no.
Mm-mm. Ice.
Ice.
Well, I don't have anything more to talk about. You guys have anything more to talk about?
I'm done with this.
Nope, I'm done.
Yeah. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this third episode.
One, two,
Getting
three.
old here, almost at a toddler stage here of Young, Dumb,
Out
and
of
Confused.
toddler.
I almost forgot the name of the podcast. I've been Hunter.
I've been Sean.
And I've been Kenna.
Have a good week. We'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye.
Welcome once again to the Athletes Corner. I'm Hunter, and I'm here joined with Chris Brown once again. And this week, we're going to talk about basically the same things we did last week. Just to let everyone know, though, I did go 4-0 in those picks last week. Dolphins won. Saints won. What were the other one? Ravens won. And what was the other game?
Wasn't Packers. It was.
Oh, Bills. Bills beat the Seahawks. 4-0, baby. So let's see if we can keep that streak going. But first off, I didn't watch the Thursday night football game, Colts vs. Titans. But you did, Chris. What did you see?
Colts were playing at a higher level than they have the past couple weeks. I definitely think the Colts defense brought it this week. A lot of penalties. There was somebody who got ejected because he punched one of the offensive linemen right in the face.
The Colts defensive lineman?
Yeah, Colts defensive lineman. I think it was Muhammad.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was Muhammad. They were just a block, but other than that, the defense was playing in sync.
Now,
Phillip Rivers.
Before you go any further, did he punch him with his helmet still on?
Yeah,
I really hate that. Like, what do you think's gonna happen? You're just gonna hurt your hand
it does hurt. I've been hit in the face.
by someone,
Yeah.
and it hurts.
It hurts because it's connected to your head, and you just get hit, and it moves on your head, and you feel the force. You feel the force.
Yeah, but it's like I feel like the guy punching also like that hurts. I never understood that. I feel like if you're gonna like fight in football, like
Offense
I don't know.
and defensive linemen usually have their hands wrapped up, so you can't really feel much.
that is true because I mean you're in the trenches and everything. And they get all those nasty like sideways fingers and shit because of all that.
Yeah, I know. I had my fingers taped, and I was wearing wide receiver gloves and then offensive lineman gloves, so I wasn't feeling anything when I punched out.
That makes sense. Okay, continue. Phillip Rivers.
Phillip Rivers passed Dan Marino for all-time passing yards last night versus the Colts. That was a big thing because Phillip Rivers has been garbage with the Colts so far this year.
Straight garbage.
He is just we thought we were getting a better Phillip Rivers. I think he's definitely getting out of his Chargers kind of feel of throwing the ball and having to sling it.
Yes and no. See, when we first signed Phillip Rivers, I was pretty upset because I mean he obviously had just come off like one of his worst seasons ever with the Chargers. I mean he had like 3 games with 5 interceptions. Like how do you do that? How do you still have a job after that?
It's because he's Phillip Rivers.
I get that, but it's just like what? I'm upset we took a chance.
And also because Phillip Rivers didn't have an offensive line. So he had to just get rid of it because he knew the defense was coming.
Okay, but the thing is we're what 8 games in, 9 games in, and he's had almost an interception every game except for this game. Thank goodness. Because I mean, divisional, we need to win it, but I mean, like, what the hell?
7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. They took Tannehill out and they put in the backup.
Who's the backup?
Wood something. I couldn't really read his
Because it's
name.
not Mariota, because he went to the Raiders. Why? Tannehill was having that bad of a game?
Yeah. If I can
Wow.
pull this back up, I'll tell you his stats.
That's honestly surprising because everyone's, whenever they talk about Tannehill lately, is like, oh, he's just consistently good, doesn't make mistakes, helps his team win the game.
Took him out. They just started running the ball. They put in the backup running back like the last 7 minutes and was just running the ball.
Really? So they took Derrick Henry out too.
Mm-hmm.
No wonder he only gave me 11
Tannehill,
points.
15 of 27, 147 yards, 1 touchdown.
Okay, well, what's so bad about that? I mean, I get it that he didn't, I guess, give good numbers, but like, what? You're expecting a backup quarterback that didn't even prepare for the game to
It
do
looked
better?
like he didn't even throw a pass. It was just all run play.
I'm assuming there must have been an injury then,
No, he was just on the sideline. They took him out.
because they knew they weren't going to win.
Yep.
I mean, I guess that's smart.
Because it was 34-17, and I think they just gave up.
I hate to see that, though. I really hate to see that. But then again, I get it, too, because you don't want to injure your quarterback, blah, blah, blah. It's kind of the same thing that they always talk about with Aaron Rodgers. Packers will always get up like 30 points, and then Aaron Rodgers will just play the whole game. Or he'll be down 30 points, and he'll just play the whole game. And it's like, sit him the fuck down. Like, you don't need to play the whole game.
Titans, if they can't figure out how they're going to handle their offensive line holes, they're not going to make it to the playoffs. Because the Colts defense was in his face the entire game.
Which is good. I really think it's the Colts defense that's going to get us to the playoffs. They've been pretty impressive of late. Especially with Leonard back.
Yeah, Leonard's back. 5 QB hits in the game, 1 sack. All 5 QB hits were tackles for loss. There was one play that Tannehill took off running, and Darius Leonard got him out of bounds, and then shoved him.
Oh, man. Did they get the late hit on him?
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, no, it wasn't late hit. It was
unnecessary roughness.
unnecessary roughness.
Personal foul, unnecessary.
There was a lot of unnecessary there was a lot of those calls.
I mean, it's a really big game. If anything, I'd say that's like the Colts' biggest rivals, the Titans. Because it's not the Texans and it's not the Jaguars.
It probably used to be the
Texans.
Used to be Texans.
But they aren't anything anymore. Well, they might be soon. I don't know. It'll be interesting to play them 2 games in a row, too.
No.
No. But yes, Colts win 34-17. So they still have a chance to make it to the playoffs. I think they're tied now for the top of the AFC.
What I saw yesterday is they are the number 1 team.
Because they have the tiebreaker against them because they just beat them.
Yes.
That makes sense. Wow. Go Colts.
Oh, Colts.
All right. So why don't we go ahead and look towards the Sunday games now? Are there any games that jump out to you? Because I really only see not even really very many games that I'm excited about.
Sunday's games.
It's all kind of just good teams against bad teams, it really seems like. Unless you're talking about Eagles-Giants.
Yeah, I was going to say probably the Washington Lions game. It's a garbage game, but it's going to be a close. I feel like those two are going to have to battle it out. Eagles-Giants will battle it out. Panthers will give Buccaneers.
Well, they don't have McCaffrey, though, which kind of sucks. But Mike Davis will come back and hopefully do something.
Panthers are the worst team in the NFL.
See, I was going to say the Vikings. I think the Vikings are the worst team in the league. Especially with Dalvin Cook in. If Dalvin Cook is in, then it's them.
Well, Panthers have been winning without McCaffrey. Vikings can't win without. Yes.
Cook. But I guess.
Any other good?
Oh, no. I take it back. There are a couple good games. So we got Bills-Cardinals, and we got Seahawks-Rams, and 49ers-Saints, which 49ers are probably going to get beat by the Saints, but maybe they show up and actually, try. I don't know. Maybe some of the injured people are back. I don't know.
No, I think those
Probably
injuries are whole year injuries. They're not coming back from those. You said Bills-Cardinals.
Bills-Cardinals. Bills at 7-2, Cardinals at 5-3. So Bills are kind of on a streak right now. I think they've won 2 in a row. And last week's game against the Seahawks, they just completely destroyed them. I thought it was going to be a close game, and no, it was like 42-20 or something like that.
And I'm going to say the streak ends. I'm going to say Cardinals win this one.
Cardinals win this one.
Cardinals defense is going to be able to handle what the Bills can throw at them.
See, I feel like the Bills defense is going to handle the Cardinals offense just because of how well they handled Russell Wilson and the Seahawks, which I'd say the Seahawks offense and the Cardinals offense pretty similar. You got 2 mobile quarterbacks, 2 really good wide receivers, and you've got an okay running back. So, they're very similar offensively, so I think the Bills...
It will be a defensive game.
It will be a defensive game, yes.
Both of these teams have beat the Seahawks.
But you know that we said it was a defensive game last time when the Bills played, and then the Bills just were like, yeah, I'm going to put up all the points. Give me all the points. So, I don't know. It really could go either way, but I think I've got to be on the Bills Mafia bandwagon. I've always liked Josh Allen. And Stephon Diggs is one of my favorite wide receivers in the game. I think it really sucked when Minnesota got rid of him. Because I was a really big Minnesota team, and then they got rid of him, and it's just like, why?
Looking at the injury report, Bills are questionable without 2 of their top cornerbacks and their starting safety.
Were they there for the game last week? They just got injured in the game last week?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay. Because, I mean, if they weren't there last week either, then, I mean, it doesn't matter. They did just fine without him.
Yeah.
It's the next man up mentality. And I think, is
Only-
it Sean McDermott? Is that the head coach?
Yeah, I think he is.
He's been doing pretty well over there. I mean, they've really turned it around from the terrible team that they used to be. And they got rid of, they moved on from Tyrod Taylor, which I think was great. And Josh Allen has just been like a blessing, gotten better each year, which is what you want to see in a young quarterback. So, I mean, I'm really excited about the Bills' future, especially now that the Patriots suck. Now it's the Bills' time to go on a 20-year run. Yes!
All right, next game.
Well, we got to make our predictions, though. So I'm going to say...
I made my prediction.
I know, you say it's going to be Cardinals winning in a close game. I'm saying Bills 28, Cardinals 10.
Cardinals 10.
10 points. That's
10
all they're going to put
points.
up. Yeah. Kyler Murray is going to have a come-down-to-earth game.
Okay, and then when he runs all around that defense, you're going to be like...
Well, why couldn't Russell Wilson do it then? Yeah.
Russell Wilson doesn't have an offensive line like the...
I don't think the Cardinals do
Yeah,
either.
they do. They have a better offensive line than them.
It's news to me. Why does Kyler Murray have to run around for his life then if the offensive line is so good?
He chooses to run.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not that he has to run.
Okay. Yeah, he just wants to run around for his life. Okay, that makes sense.
Well, it's not running around. He literally 3-step back, and then he just takes off. He doesn't even read the field. He just goes, boop, 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 and he's out.
Okay. Yeah, okay, Chris. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
good.
Chris. Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on to Seahawks-Rams then. Love talking about the Seahawks.
Oh, yeah, I love talking about the Seahawks.
Their defense got worse. How is that possible? You get players back and they're worse. What's up with that?
I'm going to say it's just, they're working out the kinks.
Potentially, but I mean, it was a really bad loss they took in Buffalo. Like, it just was. I feel bad for him.
Didn't he still throw up a ton of yards, too? He does that with every game that he loses, too. He throws up just a ridiculous amount.
Because he's fourth quarter player.
Yeah.
He may be shitty in the first 3 quarters, but in the fourth quarter, he's putting up like 300 yards and like 3 touchdowns. That's Russell Wilson for you. That's what he always used to have to do before because they wouldn't let him cook. Now they let him cook, and I don't know, just didn't work out this game. But Rams are coming off a bye, so I liken Sean McVay to Bill Belichick a little bit, to where if he has a whole week, 2 weeks to prepare for a team, like, it's gonna be good.
Oh, Rams are definitely going to win this one.
You think so?
Yeah, Seahawks, they've lost 1 or 2 games in a row.
Yeah. They're definitely
And they're probably going to lose another one.
Mm-hmm. Which will actually make them tie. Because Seahawks are 6-2, Rams are 5-3.
This
So
game
if the Seahawks
is-
lose, then they're going to be 6-3, and the Rams will be 6-3.
And this game is in Cali, so it is going to be an away game for the Seahawks.
Not as if the 12s are there or anything anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. I think with a week of rest, the Rams are going to come out cooking. Russ is going to be eating, not cooking this time.
Russ is going to have to throw more. Looking at this, both Carson and Hyde are questionable for the game this weekend.
They're going to put it all on Russell's shoulders, and I don't think he can... well, you got Aaron Donald fucking chasing you down. I don't know. I think it's going to be a little hard for the Seahawks to win this one. I think it's going to be closer than we think, though, just because, for whatever reason, the Seahawks always like to come back and make it close. So I'm going to go with 32-28 Rams.
I like that.
Sounds about right. Should be a high-scoring game. Even with the Seahawks having a terrible offensive line, I still think Russell's just going to throw to DK Metcalf, and DK Metcalf's going to be triple covered and still grab it and mow over everyone and get a touchdown. So we'll see what happens.
Ooh.
Do you think the Bengals will finally give Steelers the first loss?
No.
Why not? Roethlisberger may not even play.
Don't you even bring that up here. Don't you even bring that to this.
It's the Mason Rudolph versus Joe Burrow game. I think Joe Burrow wins.
Is he questionable?
He's on the COVID injury reserve list, isn't he? Ben Roethlisberger?
I thought he was back already.
I had heard nothing about that, but we can find out real quick. Let us see here. Boop, boop, boop. He's not on the injury report. So I guess he's back.
23 hours ago, Roethlisberger can't practice, but Pittsburgh Steelers prepping as if he will play. That is from ESPN.
You can't not practice all week and then play.
Matthew Stafford did it, and they...
Yeah, and then he got a concussion.
Okay, but that's not...
That's not what?
That's not like him tearing something, as he just got hit in the head.
Because he wasn't prepared. Him got hurt.
Yes, because he just got hit. It's not like he wasn't
Okay, and we're
prepared
talking
to be
about
a
Ben
quarterback.
Roethlisberger, the biggest man to stand in the pocket and take all the hits. No,
Well,
sit
why-
him down for a
well,
week. You're 8-0. You don't need to win this game.
Yes, you do.
Why? Do you want to have a perfect season? That's
Yes.
too much pressure.
No,
you
that
don't
is what
need
you-
a perfect season to win
Yes,
the Super
you
Bowl.
do.
To win the Super Bowl, you need a perfect season. You need to be 16-0 to win the Super Bowl.
This year, yes.
Really? Why?
Because it's time for that Dolphin team to finally step down as the only team to do it.
No, it is not.
Yes,
The Steelers are not good enough to do that.
Yes, they
it's
are.
not going to happen.
Yes,
okay,
they are.
now we have to look at the rest of the Steelers' fucking schedule because you're pissing me off. I'll find their loss if it's not going to be this one. All right. So they got Jaguars, Ravens, Washington, Bills, Bengals, Colts, Browns. Bills are Colts. Bills are Colts, baby.
Bills are going to be the only problem they're going to have.
You don't think Colts defense? You call yourself a Colts fan. How dare you?
And I said that the Colts were going to lose against the Ravens last week. And they did.
And they did, because the Ravens are a pretty good team.
And the Steelers are a pretty good team.
I hate Big Ben.
Why? What did he do to you?
He's just, I just hate him. He's so big and he just needs to retire. Just like move on. I don't think he's that good. I get it, they're 8-0. I get it. I really do. I hate him. He's like one hit away from just having his whole leg ripped off.
Well, this isn't a this isn't like when Peyton Manning went to the Broncos type deal where the defense took over. This man is still throwing the ball like he's younger than he is.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
What's wrong with you?
Both Phillip Rivers and Ben need to retire.
No, if you can still throw the ball like they are, keep playing until you can't no more.
Okay. We'll see how they feel after this season.
Yeah.
Ben's been saying after every year, I feel like, yeah, I might retire. I don't feel good. And then he's like, no, I'm Big Ben. I throw ball. No. And it's like, no, get out of the game. But all right, so you're saying Steelers handle the Bengals well, huh?
Yeah, no, it will be, as long as they have a decent quarterback in there, they're going to win.
Well, if you want to compare quarterbacks here, Joe Burrow is 221 out of 330 for 2,272 yards, and Ben's only 196 out of 288 for 1,934 yards. 18 touchdowns, 4 interceptions for Ben, 11 touchdowns, 5 interceptions for Joe.
I hear nothing wrong with any of those stats.
I just think Joe Burrow is a better quarterback.
Also younger, and he's just starting out. So, how about you go ahead and compare Roethlisberger's first year to his first year?
Oh, that's too much work. I don't want to look it up.
Exactly. You can't compare somebody who's been in the league and knows what passes work and somebody who's trying to prove themselves
And yet-
sling it down the field.
Yet he's doing better than the man that's been in the league.
What is the score? 8-0, 2-something in one.
2-5-1.
And an 8-0 team. So tell me who's doing better.
I prefer Joe Burrow's development over how the Steelers have been playing.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Are there any other games you want to talk about? I don't think there's any I want to talk about. Those are the only games I found interesting. Maybe Ravens, Patriots.
No.
Maybe
that'll be a
Broncos, Raiders.
blowout.
Buccaneers, Panthers, I guess.
I was going to say the 49ers Saints. Because looking at injuries, Saints are missing, have questionable 2 of their starting offensive linemen. Michael Thomas, which isn't a
Surprise.
no surprise, and Drew Brees is listed as questionable.
I see that as well. Do we know why? Can't find exactly anything. I just see that it's questionable. Let's see here. So, dope, New Orleans Saints. Brees' right shoulder was limited in practice Thursday. Thomas, ankle hamstring, practiced in limited capacity. The 2 offensive linemen just say questionable, and then Dwayne Washington, a running back, is questionable, but they've got Alvin Kamara and the other, no, not Mark Ingram.
Oh, that's right. He went somewhere. I can't remember who they have. They have him.
It's the guy that was at the rate. I'm not gonna be able to think of his name. It doesn't.
Latavius Murray.
There it is. Look at you, Latavius Murray.
Yep.
So they'll be fine there with the running back situation, but
This could be if Drew Brees goes out there and he hurts his shoulder throwing it because you know he'll start.
Mm-hmm.
Jameis Winston might be on the field for the first time this year.
See, and that's where you're wrong. You must not have watched that Sunday night game. He came in with like 5 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah.
He threw a couple passes, looked good. I mean, full extension on the handoff. Looked like a good handoff. He had quite the quality handoff there. And of course, Jameis ate that W after the win. So, I mean,
I watched that and I turned the TV off as fast as I possibly could.
I just think it's funny that he's still doing dumb shit. But Jameis, I think, is a good quarterback, and if his eyes are fixed now and he can finally like have depth perception, I guess it works out. But yeah, I think the Saints will be just fine, considering the 49ers still have nobody on their offensive side of the ball. I think the Saints defense was just gonna shut the 49ers defense down, or 49ers offense down, and Saints offense should be just fine. I mean, you still got Alvin Kamara, you still got Emmanuel Sanders. You still got supposedly Michael Thomas. We'll see. They'll be just fine. Saints win this well, handedly.
As a fantasy player who has had Michael Thomas on my bench the entire year, trade him. If you're not going to play him that much, get rid of him.
You're talking about fantasy-wise, or you're talking about real life?
I'm talking about...
Yeah, I thought he should have been traded before the deadline, but now it's a little bit too late. We'll see if they trade him after this year. I don't even know how much longer he's got in his contract, so he might just be walking. In which case, that's a dumb idea by the Saints because you want to get something out of it. I don't know. It just seems like they have a lot of dysfunction in the locker room, which is kind of crazy.
I think what this is saying is he's a free agent in 2025.
He did just sign that big contract,
Yeah.
didn't he? Yeah, that's right. Interesting.
Signed a 5-year, $96 million contract. Includes a $20 million signing bonus. And he's played a total of a game and a half this year.
Well, we shall just have to wait and see. Well, I think that about does it this week for the Athletes Corner. I've been Hunter.
And I'm Chris.
Hope you guys have a great weekend and enjoy all that football that's out there. Bye.